Okay, so we've already talked about early movie musicals with Swing Time, but now we are going to look at the golden era of musicals, which was primarily ushered by MGM. So, MGM musicals were extremely popular both during and after World War II. This was sort of the golden age of what's considered classic movie musicals. So, the 1940s and 50s were really the height of movie musicals in American cinema. They became less formulaic than they were previously, and the song and dance started to become more involved with the plot in many cases, not all cases. And stars like Gene Kelly, Judy Garland were household names. Eventually, movie musicals did decline in the early 1960s because rock music was becoming more popular and people wanted edgier stories. And we're going to talk about that when we start with New Hollywood in January. However, during the height of movie musicals, songs from musicals would be chart toppers. The soundtrack from Sound of Music, if I remember correctly, was like a Billboard Top 100. And in a lot of cases, kind of like they do with Disney songs now, where they'll have a popular recording artist record a song from the Disney film, like Panic at the Disco covering Into the Unknown. A lot of really popular recording artists would record songs from the musicals, and those would become chart-topping singles as well. So, something that we've talked about before that we're going to look at again now that we're in a musical is a tracking shot. So we talked about tracking shots with Swing Time because tracking shots were used to create a feeling of motion while they were filming these dancers. Excuse me. And if you need to pause, you can, but tracking shots are just a shot that follows a subject. Could be on a dolly, an actual track, could just be following them. What Steadicam became a thing, but it follows a subject. So, MGM musicals, as I mentioned, song and dance are often interwoven with the narrative, but not every single song or dance is. There are three reasons for a character to have a song. Either it advances the plot, it develops the characters, so you can have things that are called I am or I want songs. Advancing the plot could be an opening number or a comment song, or it provides a break in the storyline. So, advancing the plot, an example might be like the opening of Fiddler of the Roof, which explains the city, the village of Anatevka, explains who the main characters are. Hamilton, the very first song in Hamilton, Alexander Hamilton, would be a plot advancing song because it gives us his whole background. It's also a little bit of an I want song, but my shot, if you're a Hamilton person, is even more so I want song. It's a character saying, here is what I want, here's what I'm about, and I am developing my character through this song. And then sometimes they're just a break to be entertaining. So like a dream ballet or a throwaway song, which do advance the plot, but do so in an entertaining way. And characters often express their intense emotions through song and dance. The characters sing and dance to the camera, which serves as an audience proxy, or to other characters. They can progress the story metaphorically through song or dance. And the plot lines tend to be positive, good triumphs in the end. There's these big, colorful sets, making good use of Technicolor, and people suspend disbelief. You don't want to be that guy or that person watching a musical who's like, this doesn't happen in real life. Like, yeah, duh. Anytime we watch a movie, regardless of how fantastical it is, we are suspending our disbelief. So we're saying, I'm going to pause how much I believe this story or the likelihood of this happening, and I'm just going to enjoy this premise. All right, so Singin' in the Rain is the movie musical we are going to take a look at. This film was directed by Gene Kelly and Stanley Donen. It stars Gene Kelly and a very, very young 19-year-old Debbie Reynolds, who is just starting her career. This film was hugely successful and is still super popular to this day. I love this film. This is one of my feel-good films. When I'm sick or sad, I watch this movie. This is #1 on the American Film Institute's greatest movie musicals of all time. It was selected for the National Film Registry in was one of the first years that the Film Registry existed. I can't remember if 89 was the first year, if it was 86. This is a meta film, so this is a film about films, which at the time was really novel, as we discussed with Sunset Boulevard. It was not something that was overdone yet. Um, and this film focuses a lot on change, reputation, but mostly it focuses on Hollywood. Because, like I said, this is a movie about movies and the people who make them. So I hope you enjoy Singing in the Rain. Like I said, this is one of my feel good comfort movies. And I think y'all are going to really enjoy it. All right. Have a good one.